Oh my
Day one of shooting, Extraction 2, we're back.
God.
With a title of 2 behind your name, you have to bring at least twice the action.
What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more content like this. Excitement levels off the fucking charts. Apologies for the profanity, but like, this movie that's coming out is gonna be absolutely incredible. For fans of Chris Hemsworth and fans of the movie Extraction, which came out in 2020 and absolutely went through the roof as far as views. I think something like 99 million views in the first day or the first weekend. It was incredible. Action movie like nothing you've ever seen. Directed by one of the greatest stunt coordinators, stuntmen you could possibly find, Sam Hargrave. And we ended up with Extraction, and it was amazing. And then we found out that there was going to be a sequel, and for the past year and a half I've been trying to find any information I can, and it's just been nothing, sketchy. Can't find anything but the fact that it has been shot, and I think it has wrapped, and it's due out sometime this year. I'm going to go through this article, and I'm going to go through some things about Sam Hargrave and Extraction, the world of Extraction, and how great it's going to be when this film drops. I cannot wait. I can't tell you how I'm too excited. Anyway, take a chill pill. Entertainment Weekly has a little bit of information about the movie, and it's good news because it's about the stunt work and about practical effects and all that sort of lovely stuff. Goes on to say, Chris Hemsworth says Extraction 2 stunt work was so satisfying compared to Marvel. You have a lot of help in post-production there. What he's saying there, I imagine he's talking about Marvel, where you do certain stunts and then it's a lot of CGI work, post-production, to make it look good, to make it look clean, to make it look exciting. But apparently not the case here. Hemsworth and director Sam Hargrave teased the high-stakes action of their Netflix sequel. We sort of went for the moon. Chris Hemsworth is no stranger to massive action-packed blockbusters. As well, you know, he's been in a lot of the Marvel movies, obviously Thor.
Flick too hard, damn it!
He's been in the Avengers, he was in Endgame, he was in a movie called 12 Strong. If you haven't seen 12 Strong, that is a great action movie based on true events, based on the first people to respond to when the Twin Towers were attacked back in 2001.
Be in this fight, boys, you mark my words.
And they sent basically a bunch of guys on horseback to go and try and unite two warlords to go against another warlord that was perceived to have had some involvement in the attacks. Great movie, 12 Strong, check it out. It was on Netflix at one point. Anyway, Chris Hemsworth's no stranger to massive action. Extraction, his 2020 Netflix film, featured some of the most intense action, and yes, it did. It featured some of the most intense action scenes that he's ever done, including car chases, fist fights, and one jaw-dropping, uninterrupted 12-minute sequence that involved relentless combat, a high-speed pursuit, and jumping between buildings. Yes, that was what you call a wanna. Let's have a quick look at it. Awesome stuff there. Sam Hargrave getting right into the action, right in amongst it. He sat on the bonnet of a car at one point with the camera in that high-speed pursuit that you see in the movie. Honestly, Sam Hargrave is an absolute legend when it comes to stunt work. We'll have a look at him in a minute. But anyway, Hemsworth is returning for Extraction 2, an ambitious sequel that he hopes will up the action even more, if that is even possible. I hope they do not go down the route that the Fast and Furious franchise did, where they were trying to up the ante on every single movie and they ended up in fucking space. And it was ridiculous. The part 8 and part 9 were just, no, stop. So please, Chris, don't go into space. The new film, which is coming to Netflix in June 2023, get in, son, once again follows Hemsworth as lethal mercenary Tyler Rake, and the actor says the sequel stunts are bigger than ever, calling it the most detailed and exhausting fight training I've ever been a part of. We sort of went for the moon, he tells EW Entertainment Weekly. With a laugh, in a very crowded world of action, I think we did something that's very unique. That's good to hear, because there's so many action movies coming out every year that are just not up to scratch. And then something like this comes along, and it's just the attention to detail, the amount of effort that they put in to the movie. The first one was just unbelievable. Go and have a look at some of the behind the scenes stuff that they did. It'll blow your socks off, I swear to God. If you haven't seen Extraction, go stop this video because this is rubbish. Just go and watch that film and then come back and watch the rest of this. It was absolutely action packed. Fight scenes, car chases, more fight scenes, gunfights. What more do you want? Yeah, I know the story isn't gonna blow your mind. Switch your brain off, point your eyes at the TV or whatever, and just enjoy for a couple of hours. Anyway, the first Extraction was a massive hit for Netflix, reportedly setting records as the most watched original film in the streamer's history. The same filmmaking team returns for the sequel, with Sam Hargrave directing and Hemsworth's Avengers directors Joe and Anthony Russo back to produce. Dream Team! Joe Russo also wrote the screenplay. Extraction 2 picks up after the events of the first film. That's what we wanted to hear. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the first one, switch this video off. If you have seen the first one, you'll know right at the end there was a little clue as to the fate of Tyler Rake, and we all knew he'd survived. So the thing that people were speculating before the film started production, is this going to be a prequel? Has Tyler Rake succumbed to his injuries and is no more? And is this going to be a prequel? No, it isn't. It picks up after the events of the first film, with Rake having survived that brutal fall off a bridge. Yeah, he got fucking shot in the back and shot in the neck and shot in the side and shot to shit. He's a fucking animal. Now he's facing a somehow even wilder operation. Impossible, I hear you cry. Breaking into an impenetrable prison to rescue the family of a merciless Georgian gangster. It's an escape mission, Hargrave teases, but it's bigger, badder, more deadly and more dangerous than anything we've seen Rake go through. I can't believe it for a minute. How could it possibly get any worse than the first movie? He got absolute crap beat out of him. He got filled in off that security bodyguard that was trying to get the kid back. He got run over. He got shot. He got blown up. Stabbed, probably. Hargrave and Hemsworth wanted the sequel to take a deeper dive into Rake's backstory, exploring his moral compass and his complicated past. But they also wanted to combine that with high-stakes spectacle, adding even more stunts. We've got fist fights, car chases, explosions, trains, helicopters, explains Hargrave, who's 37 years old. He's worked as a stunt coordinator and performer on films like Captain America Civil War, Atomic Blonde, and the Hunger Games series. It's like an action fan's fantasy come to life. At least it was for us action designers. I'll tell you something, I'm going to show you something about Sam Hargrave if you're interested in parts of the production of movies and stuff like that and who are involved. I'm going to go onto this page on IMDb. Sam Hargrave, there he is. He's been a stunt double, he's been a stunt coordinator. Look. Films. It's fucking never ending. How is this guy still alive? Films. 81. He's been stunt double. He's been stunt coordinator. He's been assistant stunt coordinator. Fight coordinator. Stunts performer. Stunt man. Fight choreography. Assistant fight choreography. Action consultant and action director. It's in his DNA. He's the man for the job, and I hope they make another 2. It's like John Wick. John Wick's making part 4 is out in March. Part 5's coming soon. They need to make Extraction 1, 2, 3 and 4 at the very least. I think this movie, because we've been fed so much shit over the past year, 2022 was a fucking dumpster fire. And 2023 started off nicely with the likes of, I don't know, Velma and shit like that. Rings of Power, load of arse. What films has he done? Interceptor, Avengers Endgame, Deadpool 2, Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok, Wolf Warrior 2, haven't seen it. It goes on and on and on. The guy is an absolute legend, and he doesn't stop there. He likes to do practical effects. He doesn't use a lot of CGI in his movies, so we get the real I Am, we get the real tactile, we get the feel for it, the actual explosions. So one thing I will say there, if you see on the screen there, Extraction 2 exclusive first look from Netflix. That's on YouTube. Go and watch that, because that is sick. It shows you some behind the scenes. It goes through some of the philosophy of the filmmakers and what they were trying to achieve, what they were trying to bring to us. Good action movie. That's what people are waiting for. Because, like I said, soil tastes great when you've been fed shit for so long. But I don't think this is soil. I think this is a fucking Wagyu steak coming in June. Can't wait. Carries on with Hemsworth says he's especially relished getting to collaborate with the different departments and shoot as many practical stunts as possible. One particularly tricky scene is set in a snowy prison yard and features about 300 extras. Something so satisfying about that, he explains. Not to take anything away from the special effects filled sort of Marvel film, but you have a lot of help in post-production there. Obviously I can't fly, so they helped me through that. Whereas in this film the action is grounded in reality. So much of it is in camera, so it's those practical effects on screen. What you see is what you get. It's a different energy, he says, and the preparation is a lot more intense. Of course, you've got to go through like fight schools and stunt schools and just training every day, getting jacked for the movie and not whining about it. What a legend.
With a title of two behind your name, you have to bring at least twice the action.
Perhaps the most ambitious moment in Extraction 2 is an exhilarating stunt where a helicopter lands on a moving train. If you watch that little behind the scenes footage on YouTube, you'll see that helicopter coming in and actually it lands on a fucking moving train while there's bullets and explosions flying about. But there's a lot more stuff in there. Some of the stunts look absolutely it's not even next level. There's not even a level. You'll need a bigger ladder to get to the level that this movie looks to be on. Seriously, guys, it's going to be absolutely awesome. So it lands on a moving train and Rake faces off against a whole squad of fours, not fives, fours. The entire sequence took months of choreography and rehearsal, lots of safety training. Probably the most intensive part was not so much the exhaustion levels, he explains, just the sheer terror of all the things that could have gone wrong, but thankfully didn't. Hargrave adds that even now he can still remember the adrenaline rush. I bet it was. I bet your fucking hearts were coming out of your chest working on this movie. It would have been a dream come true to be involved in something like this. But he got an adrenaline rush from perching on the top of that train car. He hopes it gets the audience's blood pumping too. I'm sure it will, Sam. I will never forget standing underneath that helicopter, the director says. I was our camera operator for that moment, so I was filming. I could reach out with my hand and I could have high-fived our pilot. It was amazing. Oh man, I bet, nah. I can't wait for this movie. It's just stuff like this is what we need to have. Please entertain us, Hollywood. Stop doling out a load of shit. Stop giving us agendas.
Women can do anything.
And sexual politics and identity politics and woke bullshit. People are tired of it. There's already enough diversity in movies, and the more you talk about it, the more divisive you're becoming. Sorry for having a rant, guys and girls, but that's just the way I feel. Films like this are going to do so well because people are sick and tired of shit. Okay, so it's coming to Netflix in June. So we're gonna have John Wick. I think it's March. We're getting Mission Impossible 7 or 6 or 7 or whatever it is. We're getting another Mission Impossible movie this year, which is gonna be spot on. So there's 3 good movies already. Anyway, let me know what you think of the first Extraction movie. Let me know what you think this movie's gonna be like, and tell me if there should be another Extraction after this. 3, 4, 5, however many you'd like to see. Thanks once again, guys and gals, for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers that's been subscribing recently. A shout out to David Wilson, who I actually work with. Thanks for all the good crack at work. He likes to talk about movies when we should be working. And a guy called None-Like Trey, Trey. He's got a little YouTube channel. He does bodybuilding and weightlifting stuff. Seems like a really cool guy. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.